Good morning, everyone. I'm Manjari Desai on behalf of Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture and the core group of the Higher Education and Skill Development Committee of the Chamber. A warm welcome to all of you. The committee envisages to take initiatives that would help bridge the gap between the industry and the academia. The core group consists of experts in skill development and heads of educational institutions. Many of them are present today during this symposium. We hold regular meetings wherein we discuss issues of the academic institutions and what steps need to be taken to create industry-ready workforce, and also initiatives on how the industry can actually benefit from these educational institutions. We have conducted 5 national level symposiums in the past to address issues of creating industry-ready workforce and bridging the gap between the industry and academia. The core group, which is chaired by Mr. Bharat Agarwal, President of Vishwakarma University and Vishwakarma Institutes, has initiated this series of roundtable wherein we would have an open platform to discuss industry academics, presentations of successful projects implemented by educational institutions. And also we would be inviting industry representatives to share their experiences with these academic institutions so that more industries are encouraged to develop these kind of linkages and make use of the educational institutions which are in many in Pune city. So today we have 3 presentations and today is the first day of this first series of the roundtable that we have initiated. Today we have a case study by Dr. Vivek Deshpande. He's the director of Vishwakarma Institute. We have a presentation by Mr. Jay Shah, who's the practice head, product engineering at this Copco India Limited, and a case study by Dr. Professor Milind Pandey, who's the pro-chancellor of MIT World Peace University. A warm welcome to all of you. I would like to invite our chairperson, Mr. Bharat Agarwal, to kindly highlight the current education and employment scenario and set the tone of today's symposium.
Well, thank you, Manjari. Foremost, on behalf of Maratha Chamber for Industries, Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture, I give a warm welcome to all the members attending this call, this roundtable meet. This has been envisaged for a long time that the purpose of the Higher Education Committee, the Higher Education and Skill Development Committee at the Maratha Chamber, has to focus on furthering the strong linkages between industry and academia. Maratha Chamber is a premium association of industries based out of Pune, and it has a large membership of industries belonging to various sectors, prominently the manufacturing sector of our city. It is important that the sector, the manufacturing sector, as well as in fact all industries who are associated with the chamber, have a leverage, have a connection, have a relationship with the strong education sector, which is also a part of our city. I belong to the Vishwakarma group, the president of Vishwakarma University and Vishwakarma Institutes. The idea of having such a roundtable was primarily to give some case studies about successful industry academia partnerships that have happened in our city. Now, the purpose of this presentations is to open our minds and give us insights about what are the possibilities if we collaborate, what are the possibilities if we join hands, and how each sector or each industry or each institute can benefit by developing such collaborations and developing such partnerships. Post-COVID, I should say this word post-COVID now because largely we have COVID behind us. A lot of trends have changed in almost all our sectors and even in our lives. We have understood that work from home and specific to the education sector, learn from home are some things that are now things to stay. While we are wanting that students come back to campus, we are wanting the campus life to be back to its normal. We do understand that may take some time. In fact, we are now happy with the learnings of COVID, that we can do better individual teaching learning through an online as well as an offline media. And I'm sure going forward, a lot of these experiences would benefit students, because we will be enhancing the experience that students have with our in our institutes. On the industry side, I am sure COVID has given us ring bells about how important is digitization, how important is innovation, how important is developing the culture where we can be remote as well as we can be able to drive production, drive productivity, drive enhancements, and so on. Well, for so many years, industry and academia, at least in the higher education sector, have been talking to each other, but their main output was supposedly the jobs that could be generated from the academia for the industry. In short, the academia would reach out to industry to get their students recruited with them, and the industry would reach out to academia to recruit students from their campuses. I think our society has matured, both the sectors have matured, and we can think of a lot of things beyond jobs, beyond only placements. So over here to showcase today are three presentations, one by Dr. Vivek Deshpande from VIIT. Mr. Jay Shah has been active, has played a very, very active role through Atlas Topco. And Atlas Topco has done some great academia partnerships, and he would be talking a bit about that from the industry side. Plus, we have Dr. Milind Pandey from MIT WPU talking about another case study from MIT about how industry and academia can collaborate and can generate benefit for either party. I believe if we look beyond the traditional benefits of jobs and placements, what we will find out or we'll come out is the industry can look up to academia for two broad objectives. One, they can outsource their problem statements to the academia to solve. The benefit of outsourcing the problem statement to academia is, of course, there are plenty, but primarily I see two of them. One, academia have a bunch of students who are fresh with ideas, who are very hands-on with technology, and very good to come out with out-of-the-box thinking. And second, these same students have a right to failure, which many a times in our industries we don't have with our own employees because of the various constraints we have in our systems. Second, I also think that the industry sector, the corporate sector, can outsource their R&D activities to academia. Now, R&D is an expenditure when it is a failure, and it is a benefit when it is a success. Again, the cost of benefit, the cost of failure is different. And the appetite to absorb the cost of failure is different for different in companies and different corporates. So again, outsourcing R&D to the academia is a decent bet, is a decent benefit that the industry can derive, and a lot of innovations can be developed. I can assure you from the academia point of view that about 15 years back, 20 years back, the scenario was different. Today, majority of institutes, universities in our city have majority of our professors who are PhDs. They are having a lot of PhD students working under them, and thus innovation culture is very, very ripe in these ecosystems of the university and the institutes. So I encourage and I invite industry sector to come and talk to us about outsourcing problem statements or outsourcing R&D activities to us. But over here to demonstrate the strength or some examples of strong academic collaboration, we have three case studies. I first and foremost would like to invite Dr. Vivek Deshpande. Manjari, can we straight go to that, or we have some other things?
Please, over to Dr. Vivek.
So I just welcome Dr. Vivek Deshpande to share his case study, followed by Mr.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me share the screen. Okay, so I welcome to this industry academia meet, and I'm here to present the case studies happened in VIIT. So the agenda is this one, and I'm giving 15 minutes, and I will definitely conclude in the 15 minutes over here. And this is the two case studies and some industry on campus case studies with us. I will start with VIIT. We started in 2002 and we got autonomy in 2017. And that's why, we can execute our syllabus and we can have a problem-based or project-based learning. They are included in the syllabus. So that is a powerful point as far as the industries are concerned. We change a little bit the vision, excellence in the technical education with holistic development, because unless and until student make hand dirty in the practical, in the project given by the industry, we cannot learn, right? So that is what the main motto behind this vision. As far as the different accreditation rankings are concerned, these are the NAC, NBA, even we are having NIRF. Recently, we have got in the band of 250 to 300. We are having UG programs and PG programs. In PG, we are having MTech as well as the PhD. So that's why Dr. Bharat is saying about we can throw some problem statements, we can execute over here. We are discussing over here the two case studies. The first case study is from Puja Engineers, situated at the Chakan, and the multiple products are the caliper, the knuckles, the housing, differential housing, and the cases. All are of material having SGINs, and the machining part has to be done on this. So there are two surfaces shown in the right figure. This is a finished product. We have to machine that one, and with the existing tool, they achieved 20 to 22 jobs per cutting edge. So that is the main problem over here, and that is what the problem statement given to us. We have to increase these number of jobs per cutting edge. So the existing tools, we got the drawing, we got the existing tools, and we defined some problem statement like tool life improvement during machining of differential case. So we got multiple reviews and the many papers that we got through, multiple companies with which the tools are available right now. Variety of parameters, the hardness, material, if the tool is coated or not, if coated, what is the composition of a coating, and the multiple one. So that is what the review we got, and from this review we choose 3 different tools with 3 different coatings. Say one is a titanium CN, and then ALTI, and then ALCRN. We got the coating from this industry, Ritik Tools Private Limited. We given these coated tools to the Puja engineers, and the result is astonishing. So these are some parameters with which those are the properties of the coatings given in the table. I not read over here. We are having different multiple machining parameters as well, and the material to be cut is SGIN. The results, the visual impacted results are here, and the actual results are over here. So there are different coating tools available to you that, as I said, TICN, ALTI, and ALCRN. From the existing tool life, 20 to 22 jobs per cutting edge, we improved it to 52, is almost more than double. So this case study will be, judged and worked on by 3 students along with staff member as well, and the project duration was 3 months. Is actually running in the Puja engineering, and we are now this success story we are now replicating with other industries as well. Another case study, Windal's Precision Private Limited. Now both are mechanical companies, but first case study is mechanical company will giving the mechanical solution for that. Now for this company, even if this is a mechanical company, we are giving some software development solutions for automation giving to this company. This again company is in Chakan and having 3 branches. One is in Pune, Nagpur, and one is in Pithampur. And what are the product is mainly is a vehicle access and its parts. The main problem over here is in dispatch procedure, and there is a manual entry for dispatching the parts to the customer, and there is delay in the procedure. And most and foremost thing is, if defects happen or detected at the customer side, there is a no traceability of the part, from which branch the part was delivered, something like that. So that is the main problem given to us. And we are giving the solutions for them as a project problem statement will be the mobile-based barcoding application for traceability going to the root of the product where it get defected. So these are some screens where we can log in to the application. We can give some details about on what date the part will be dispatched. What is the invoice number against that one? How much quantity will be there in the box? And obviously, we have to scan the barcode for that one. Through this barcode, we can trace entire product material from where it came, and we can go to the root cause as well. So that will be the additional benefit to the company and the performance of the company as far as the dispatching, the customer satisfaction, and the traceability will be increased over here. Again, we are doing the same kind of things with the packaging kind of applications to the multiple companies. In my agenda, there is one point that called as the industry on campus. I believe that there should be a strong collaboration or relation between academia and industry. So these are some companies which are already there in campus, which give some services to the campus, and we are giving also different solutions to them. So the primers, even the Honeywell has the excellence for Center of Excellence for the Women. We are having Atlas Copco in our campus. We can have LabVIEW Academy, Cisco. So there are circuit branches, non-circuit branches, multiple problem statements will be given from the industry to the VIIT. And we are over here, along with the staff member and the students, giving solutions to them. These are companies, there are almost 76 industries with us, which we signed already MOU. Though those industry can throw the problem statement to us, and almost 163 projects that we are already delivered to these industries as far as the problem statements are concerned. And I expect more from you guys over here. So be a part of the collaboration, and actually it's a win-win situation for both. How you can throw the problem statement to us, as rightly Dr. Bharat says about we can throw the problem statement, challenges rather than that is the main important part. There is a huge potential in student and staff members over here. We can challenge them about their knowledge. So you can throw the problem statement and give the timeline, give the 6 months, for example, and then you can expect some outcomes as a solution of your problem. So that is what the main motto of this bit, I think so. And it's a win-win situation for both the company, or say industry, and the academia as well. So that is from my side. Thank you very much. Manjari, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Vivek Deshpande. Pune being the hub of the educational industry, and if we do not take advantage of such initiatives by education institutions, then it would be a real sad thing. I think at MCCIA, we need to push initiatives like these more, we need to get more aggressive and bring forth to the industry what all the educational institutions can do in terms of problem solving. So we need to take that up a little more aggressively. That is what my takeaway is from Dr. Vivek Deshpande's presentation is. And what I would like to add to it, that he has, Dr. Deshpande has set up a wireless network lab in Pune, which is known as a Center of Excellence in IoT. He just presented. So thank you very much, Dr. Deshpande. Should we take up some questions if there are at this point in time, or should we do it at the end of the session, sir?
Manjari, if we can proceed with Dr. Pandey Dr. Pandey, and then we can collectively take questions for the panel.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jayasha, for your time and the excellent presentation. I now invite Dr. Professor Milind Pandey, Pro Chancellor, MIT World Peace University, and his team to make a presentation.
Yeah, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, MCCI and Dr. Bharat Agrawal for giving this opportunity. I will just set up the context. Recently, we had innovation hackathon where 500 teams, 3,500 students, more than 300 industry mentors, they came together. This is because of the seed funding given to the 700 faculties, 1 lakh per each. So 7 crore has been distributed as a seed funding 6 months before. The capacity building workshop happened. And let me tell you the very unique point of this innovation hackathon is we targeted art, commerce, science, liberal art, fine arts, all those other disciplines rather than engineering, management, and the pharmacy. We try to focus more onto the non-engineering branches, and it was a huge success. So out of that, a workathon was a one idea. It was divided into three: ideathon, workathon, and octathon. For 8 hours, the hackathon. So workathon, out of that workathon, so one project, the prototype is ready, and it is basically right from mind to market, whatever written onto the paper, how we can transform it to the product. So paper to product and mind to market with these two themes. I will be requesting this portable crop prediction device using data analytics. They are ready to go already. The patent and already has been done, that is into the process. But let me tell you one very unique message we have given to the student community at large. See, the MIT, if you remove from I from MIT, what remains is empty. So you have to put your I, that is innovation, incubation, invention, into this, and so that the Stand Up India and Startup India we can support. So with this brief, I request Professor Dipali to give us a presentation on portable crop prediction device. So one faculty and 5 students, they worked on it, and they will be presenting you. Over to you, Professor Dipali.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. I'll be sharing the slide. Give me a moment, please. So it's an idea basically. I, along with my 5 students, we initiated the task. So the idea is portable crop prediction device using data analytics. When we were talking about the societal use, our team came up with the idea that we have to do something in the field of agriculture. So our job was it started with the survey. We went to different regions like Kolhapur region and Khandesh Jalgaon region, and we had a conversation with farmers on ground that what help they need from the technical people. So the idea came up over there that they were not very sure. We met with one farmer. He told that in that area, they always used to have a plantation of onion and bananas. And the yield dropped down. And then we thought that how we can help these farmers. So there was one farmer who tried a different yield over there, and it was pomegranate, and they got very good production out of it. So it means that the reason was the farmers were not getting an idea that what type of yield they should sow so that they will get a maximum out of it. So this was a outcome of that. So the portable crop prediction device using data analytics is basically an IoT based device which have different sensors incorporated on it. In the figure you can see over here, specifically the NPK sensor, nitrogen, potassium, and sodium, all these contents from the soil nutrients can be taken along with humidity parameters, the soil moisture parameters, and the climatic conditions too. When all these things are collaborated together, the data, data set, whatever we get over here, it will go for the data processing. And the predefined data set, that is the lookup table, where we have that what type of soil is suitable for which type of crop yield. Depending on that data set, we have different machine learning implementations, and we have a crop classification along with the display of suitable crop. So if the crop is suitable for that soil, then the farmers, they will come to know that though currently the yield might be this one, or we should choose this crop so that we can get maximum out of it. Also, if that crop is not available, the seeds are not available, then what can be an alternative for it? So the device will give another alternative, that if this seeds are not available in the local market, then the second alternative can be this one. But the crop fertility should be in XYZ pattern, that is nitrogen contents have to be added more, or whatever the chemicals are required, or organic fertilizers mostly focused, that can be given so that the yield should be more, and even the farmer should be happy that the crop cultivation is going good. So this was the main motto, and we have the prototype ready with us. We tried implementing it on one, and when we went through the data set, the different things, sir, I will stop share and I will show the actual thing prediction, what we had done. So when we went for the prediction, so here if we can see that the current readings were giving the different predictions over here. Is my screen visible?
There is a patch on it actually.
Contents are not.
Yeah, there is a patch on the screen.
Have you given me the complete rights, because I'm not getting the complete share window rights?
Rajnikant, yeah, we can see it now. We just.
Oh, it was visible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is visible. This is visible now.
This is visible. The second, okay. Anyways, I will elaborate it. The second was the analytics part, where the current status of the soil will give you 2-3 choices, or through 2-3 different methodologies, that which crop is better. Whether in the current soil situation, pomegranate is better, or mango is better, or anything else is better. So we take a cumulative score of the three different techniques, and we come to the conclusion that this particular crop is going to be good for this particular type of soil. So when we thought of converting it to the product, so the different things what we faced were that what should be the cost and all. So before that, I'll just like to highlight on the few strengths and weaknesses of it. It will the strengths are surely the assisting in improving crop production level, also better control over the internal processes, and as the result lower production risk. Yes, we know that the climatic variations are also there. So if we take that also into consideration, the risk will be lowered down. Where the opportunities are there for such kind of products, so increase business efficiency through process automation, and we can have a global reach out wherever the agriculture sector plays important role. We can have a reach out over there. And weaknesses also malfunctioning of sensor, but that's who our team is trying to handle very well. That what can be the alternative source where this, if one sensor fails, then what can be the alternative for that? We are very close for the results. Now threats, IoT security threats, but here I don't think so. Even if the data is hampered a little bit, it will not make that bigger difference. If it goes to cloud and all, then we will have to think for this IoT security threats. When we thought about the product cost, so it's hardly 400 rupees, which we think that the farmers can afford. But even though if they can't afford, we can provide them a rental facility where they can rent the product from us, or even if they keep it on rotation in one village, 4 products where they can have turn by turn utilization. So that is also a good choice for the farmers to go. And the 5-year plan that getting recognized as agriculture startup in India, Indian startup ecosystem, this is our main target. So we are very close for the product and implementation of it. Already the prototype is there, and we have experimented on the 2-3 different farms too. And about the future plans, so the future plans are recruit skilled employment to build firm foundation for industrial management. Also, we plan to develop the high-tech area surveying drones equipped with advanced sensor. This is our future plan. If we get very good response from this, we can think of aerial surveying drones, which can help out for such idea to be implemented. And then in that case, farmers need not go through any product purchasing or anything, and they will get a very easy and handy service for their crop yield prediction. So this was our idea, and we have copyrighted it. Very soon we will be proceeding further with the consent from higher authorities. So this was all from my side. Over to you, Pandey sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Over to you, Dr. Manjari.
Thank you, Dr. Pandey. Thank you, Dr. Dipali. We have an ongoing training of Kisan. So we have a mandate to train 1,000 farmers. So maybe I can invite you to one of the training sessions and you could share your presentation with them. The cost of the product is not very high. Maybe it could be useful to them.
Yeah, we will do that. We will do that, madam.
So the session is open to question answers. If there are any questions to the speakers, please unmute yourself and you can address them.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
I was really impressed with the AgriTech product, but I just wanted to know how the product would work without being connected to a cloud. Won't that lead to data storage issues?
Am I getting it correct? That how if the data is connected to cloud? Am I right?
Yeah, I didn't understand how it would work without a cloud system because won't that lead to data storage issues?
No, it will not, sir, because the lookup table, what we have with the survey at different places. So the lookup table is not that bulky, and it has already all the data set that for what type of soil quality should give what type of yield. So without cloud also, it should go well. Instance record, and this product cost, how we have quoted it minimum. So we did not provide any screen on it. We can connect with Bluetooth through to any of the Android mobile or any other device, and we can get it done. So the product cost is minimized that.
So thank you for giving me 2 minutes time. Let me introduce myself very quickly. I am Dr. Milind Kulkarni, and I have academic experience of around 30 to 32 years. I spent whole of my career in Senior Institute of Technology at various places. And at present, I'm working as a program lead in Ajante D.Y. Patil University, and I have a close association with the industry, some part of research, and a core academician. So I would like to take this platform because Dr. Bharat Agrawal sir, Deshpande sir, Jay Shah sir, and Dr. Milind Pandey sir, Atul Kulkarni sir, everybody is there. I just want to express my views, and if possible sometime in the next round, I would like to share a small presentation of a 1 page only, that what can be done. How to connect the industrial ideas and the ideas which are about to open into industry. So everybody knows the sciencedirect.com portals and so many journals available to it. Normally, I practice for UG as well as PG students to read the Science Direct journals, and especially at 2 levels. That is, at experimental level, I would like to convert the whatever the research has been happened in European universities or a global platform, and try to convert it into the feasible and tangible products, which is a need of our country. And for that, I work with a biogas type of air conditioner. Means from the West, I completed my some part of my PhD from Aalborg University, Denmark. And I can share a screen if some time is given to me, not now, but whenever. So that can be a very classical example of how the science direct or research at large can be converted into opportunities of entrepreneurship. And I have just created a benchmarking of it, of your product, like seasonal acceptance. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you are. Please continue.
Yeah. So whenever a product is developed, since from paper to product, its idea, its design, its CAD modeling, its feasibility is very important. And this feasibility, I work with my PhD project, which was experimental investigation of a biogas-driven gas heat pump. And in that, I just practiced the feasible seasonal acceptability of the product, commercial acceptability of the product, technical acceptability of the product, environmental acceptability of the product, and so many, the location acceptability of the product, like urban area, and how this product can be percolated, what are the percolated plants, and how the energy conservation, how the gold or waste, like a pyrolysis is a technology, if anybody knows, like you're converting, uh, the polythene bags into furnace oil. That is the pyrolysis process. One of my student, Mr. Ghosh, who did a project in 2010, he has set a good plant at Shirwar. So when I work with student in Science Direct at present at Ajinkya D.Y. Patil University also, I just have an inclination of how can Science Direct projects, it's not about our own, but it's an ocean of opportunities, and everything is being optimized with different tools and software. So I have a more focus rather than research than applied research and converting it into the employability in terms of entrepreneur enterprises. And I think Dr. Bharat Agrawal sir can better understand this is whenever you do any kind of a business, the scalability factor plays a very important role. And not sorry to say that, but I have developed so many products. But when I went for marketing of it, I just can show you a product where, whenever you go to a very lemon type of product, whenever you go to somebody's house and you're wearing shoes, and when you take the shoes, no issue. But when you come back from their house, you have to tie the shoes and you have to stand somewhere. So it's very a difficult situation. So I just made a chair which is foldable on the wall. Just fabricated it. Around 500 chairs I fabricated. I sold it. The scalability part of it, I earned a lot of money out of it in MIDC Bhusri. And when I was turning it to 5,000, I got shortfall of marketing and I have to run behind. So arranging these people, arranging this business, arranging this scalability, this need to be executed. So I know that the time is very short and I have a lot of things to say here, but thank you for giving me time. Just my address to this meeting is you please include all the students and your professors to the Science Direct papers of international journal of their relative field, and try to have a focus or vision to convert that projects, the research work and the loopholes of research work, which is a need of our nation, and check the acceptability, feasibility, and bring it in form of project. And then with the incubation center, we can expand it and we can float it into the market from baby product to the final commercial aspect. So I mean to say, I just want to conclude that the research need not be kind of an important process which is happening for getting a doctoral study or doing some incubation, but it has to be fertile. And this fertility is definitely possible with the research that people have done. Everything has been optimized, and that you have to manufacture. And maybe Dr. Agrawal sir can guide us on how the scalability of the business modules can be produced. And we need to. I have one module of student. Like if a student do a package, normally they're getting around 25,000 rupees as an average package. So this much of fund money can be available from MIDC, MCA if you undertake the projects. And the first, the babies, like the emerging students, have a bread and butter problem at start. That is, if we would like to take it out from them, a bit of money out of the small industrial project, it can definitely help a lot. Okay. With this, I really thank you for giving me a valuable time from this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kulkarni. We will talk more. Any other questions from the audience?
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Yeah. Myself, Ujwala Gosavi. I am a manufacturer in agriculture, machinery, and sanitation. I want to ask Dipali ma'am that while doing that device, have you considered the local seed or local what I want to say, that local, whatever the local they are sowing, that each and every, because there are so many varieties in Maharashtra also. So all these varieties are locally considered in that device, as environments are different for the each and every farmers.
Dipali, are you there?
Sorry. Yeah, there was a disconnect from my side. Can you please repeat the question, please?
Yeah, what I want to ask that, have you considered the local seeds and local environment for your device so that farmers will get a huge variety of data and locally they will get?
Yes, ma'am. We are in the process to generate that data set that in that local area, which all seed facilities are available, like government facilities are there. Then there are even the private shop owners which have their own type of seeds, different variety of seeds. So we are very close to completion of that data set also.
Okay.
First, we are targeting Maharashtra region. And very soon my team will be going out of Maharashtra also, targeting different agriculture sector like Punjab and all other regions too.
Okay, good. Thank you. Second question to all the academia, as per the Bharat Agarwal sir, that industry should outsource all those things, all the R&Ds or their problems with the academia. As a manufacturer, also I want to ask that, is academia is ready to give their products or prototypes to manufacture and commercialize to the industry?
If no one, I can take that question, but Dr. Pandey, do you want to go at it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The academia is ready to take up this product. There are 2-3 components added into it. Like VIT, in MIT also, we have technology business incubator, majorly focusing on to the agriculture, then healthcare technologies. These are the 2 major components which we are undertaking the various projects through this. Atal incubator is there. So there is an ecosystem available with the academia where we can take up the, or we can come out with the prototype with the products, and the MSME sector can be given a boost with this type of innovations, inventions, and incubations. So we are ready. Our students are ready. We are ready. Over to you, Dr. Bharat, sir.
Yeah, so just complementing to what Dr. Pandey just now mentioned, and to all the audience over here, a lot of ecosystem, like rightfully the ecosystem is developed. Of course, it is maturing day by day. A lot of initiatives on how do we share IP, how do we document IP, and how do we share IP are in place. And not only that, between us, there are a lot of examples of successful implementation of transfer of IP from the academia to the industry. Yes. So these models are also established and in place in practice. So I think we are more or less there. The more we engage, the more we will learn, and the more we'll grow. So I invite all of you all to share your statements once again with us. We can work on specific research items, generate IP, and transfer IP back to you in a very, very systematic manner. And both of us will benefit through it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
May I have a minute, please? This is Bedarkar.
Yes, sir.
The company, the name of SBEM. Dr. Agarwal, there are a lot of, there is a huge amount of import substitution that needs to be made, especially in the specialized areas. Now, when we talk of specialized areas, the amount of effort that has to go into it, especially as Mr. Milind Kulkarni has pointed out, that there's a lot of benchmarking that needs to be done. We are technologically at least 15 to 20 years behind the Chinese and the US and Europe. And there are a lot of things which are fairly simple to implement and which can be made, but the technology for it is not available. Now, would you be in a position to sort of take on the development of this technology? One of the issues that comes up is the amount of time that has to be spent and the continuity for the technology. For example, I could give you a small, when you want to do, when we are looking at some of the electronics items, we are talking about thickness measurements. We have people who can do thickness measurement down to a micron or so. But when you come down to, let's say, nanometers, there is nothing that we have, and the technology needs to be developed. Now, there are several examples of this type that need to be done. Would VIT be interested in taking on some of these projects, and at what cost, and who would pay for it?
To respond that, sir, I think generally the academia of our city, Pune, is definitely ready to take up such challenges. At an individual level, it depends on the technology, it depends on it depends on the industry, it depends on the sector, it depends on the professor's capability and expertise. But largely on behalf of the institutes, universities of Pune, I'm sure any one of us or most of us would be able to take up challenges like these. One. Second, knowledge is now there, available. Just now, Mr. Kulkarni mentioned about Scopus and so many other journals through which knowledge is accessible, and all of us have access to all this knowledge. Generally, our libraries are there, plus we have internet access to all such libraries. I think if these problems are thrown upon, we can take up these projects case by case basis by our professors. The professors would engage students who are working at the bachelor's level, at the master's level, as well as the PhD level to work with these students on the problem statement. Continuity happens because the project is thrown to the professor and not to the student. The student passes out in 6 months, 1 year's time. The professor is there to stay. Cost. I don't think so we can talk about cost on this platform because it is a very project specific thing. But let me only reassure you that if you develop this in-house, vis-a-vis if you throw it to academia to develop, Mr. Jay Shah was over here mentioning the advantage of throwing it open from Atlas Topco to an academic institute. And he did mention a cost benefit that Atlas Topco got because of throwing it to the academia and not doing the innovation or the research in-house. So I do foresee generally there would be a cost benefit if you throw it to academia than doing it in-house in an industry. We can talk more over it in person or separately, sir. Thank you.
Can I add?
Thank you, Doctor. I hope Manjari will share email IDs of all the speakers when we finish, because then I can take it up with you. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yes, sir. Sir, Dr. Atul Kulkarni is here. Bedarkar, sir. So he's been instrumental in coordinating today's speakers. So I'll share his email ID with you so you can take it forward from there. Atul, you wanted to say something?
Yes. First of all, thanks MCCI for providing this platform, because such kind of events much needed, especially the city like Pune, ample of industries, ample of education or good students are available here. So it could be a very good initiative or first step for developing a ecosystem. With this platform, I would like to appeal the members from the industry. It is not always required. If you have some kind of small kaizens, some kind of small statement which can be delivered in a tangible time, especially in period from 1 month to 3 months, definitely all the academicians are ready. Especially we are ready for taking this challenge. And current students, what we have observed, they require some kind of challenge. And we request through this platform for all network of industry that please come up with some challenges or some Kaizen statements where we can deliver confidently as per your expectation. So this is from me. Thank you. Thank you for giving this.
We'll have Medha ma'am and then we'll have Abhinav ji and then we'll try to conclude. Medha ma'am, over to you.
Hi guys, thank you so much. Good morning everyone. Slightly intimidated by the presence of all the dignitaries. My name is Medhavini Kulkarni. This is definitely a curious question though. We've talked a lot about the technology side of it, skill development in technology through academic interventions, all those things, which is definitely at the foundation when we talk about the industry, academia, all in one go. The question is, when we talk about the holistic development, and I think Jai sir would also agree to this, the functional and the behavioral aspect of the candidates also come into play, if not more, but they are equally important. So do we have anything in plain sight that we are doing for that? That's where my startup's capability also come in. So I would like to explore on that, what we are doing, maybe collaborate, join hands with it, or maybe at least learn from each other and exchange notes on that.
You want me to answer that, Medha?
Yeah, please.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Medha, if I understand your question correctly, and you can then correct me, please. How the behavioral or the skill aspect of the student plays a role. That is your central question, right?
That's correct, sir. Also, functional skills, specifically
Yeah,
if you are.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think as there are a few things we need to remember here. First is students. I mean, when we talk about industry academia collaboration, one thing which we have learned over the period is student come and go, but the professor stays. So first is there is a strong bond which is required between the industry and the professor or the institute, I would say. That is number one. Number two is at the same time, as an example, as an Atlas Copco, we have got many bright students while doing these projects along with academia. So of course, not everybody is same, as you can also imagine. So we had ups and downs as far as the students are concerned, but we also got some of the very bright student while working on these projects. So yes, there could be ups and downs as far as the students are concerned, but as long as the professor and the commitment from the institute is good, I think there is no problem, I would say.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Jay sir. Abhinav ji.
Good afternoon, all. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just introduce first myself. I'm Abhinav Tiwari. I'm from BSI, British Standard Institution. It's an ISO certification body having a presence in almost 195 countries, and it's an 120 years old organization. Atlas Copco is one of the oldest clients which has been associated with BSI. Regarding industrial collaboration and regarding collaboration with different colleges, I just wanted to introduce that we have been associated with Amity and Symbiosis for a very long time. And especially for students, we have designed industrial-wise courses like lead auditor, internal auditor, and implementation courses. These are available in very nominal rates, like when we do a collaboration with colleges. For example, like we have done collaboration with Amity and Symbiosis College. So these are, as you know, that once a student passes from any of the colleges, and to make them industrial ready, we have designed such courses so that they can be ready for the industry once they start working in any of the industry, whether it's a manufacturing or whether it's IT, any of the industry. Based on that, we have made.
I think we have lost him. Thank you, Tiwari ji.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sponsorship opportunities are in plenty at the chamber, where we can give you a platform to showcase what you have, your offerings to the students and the academia.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sheetal Kumar sir, last question and then we'll conclude today's roundtable.
Right. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I represent Pimpri-Chinchwad Education Trust. And my question is, can we have some problem statements from the industry? Because the students lack the kind of, say, practical approach, because theoretically we are good. Most of the institutes, we are providing them theoretical inputs, but I think some problem statements, if we get from the industry, probably it will help. And my suggestion would be, can we have clusters, say Pimpri-Chinchwad area or Hadapsar area, colleges which are part of this MCCI association, and then maybe we can have industries, say 10-15 industries in that area, and 4-5 colleges in that area. So if we can have this kind of clusters, probably it will help us to grow this partnership further.
Thank you, Dr. Ravandale. Our entire objective of today's roundtable was what you mentioned. We wanted to inform the industry, especially members of the Maratha Chamber, about the capabilities that academia have, and then invite them to share problem statements with the students, so our students also get hands-on experience. Your second point about having cluster-based approach, we welcome the thought. We'll talk more about it in our core committee meeting, then we'll see if that is workable and feasible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I joined late, so that's why I could.
No. You're almost welcome, and we would like to hear some more stories from Pimpri-Chinchwad College of Engineering in the later events. Well, Manjari, we can conclude now.
Yes, sir.
Anything?
Sir, may I request you to kindly deliver the vote of
Yeah,
thanks?
so I just want to thank foremost Maratha Chamber for hosting this event and doing this roundtable. This would be a series of our first round of roundtable meets where we generally want to show case studies of successful industry academia collaborations. Any one case study may be applicable to any one of us. So it is not that all fits everything, everyone fits into everything. We will be having the next roundtable somewhere in March, where we will be organizing a similar roundtable around management education, management interns, and management jobs. I thank Dr. Vivek Deshpande, Dr. Milind Pandey, and especially Mr. Jay Shah to share their experiences of strong academia industry linkages. I thank Mr. Jay Shah from the industry side, giving out time for this event and sharing a perspective from the industry about how benefiting it is to collaborate with the academia. And I can only inform that if a company like Atlas Copco can benefit, I also run a SME industry. We all learn from large corporations about good practices. Atlas Copco is one of the large corporations in the at a global level, and if they are doing the practice, it is for us to learn from them and have similar practices of engaging with academia for the academia benefit as well as our own personal benefit. I thank you all for attending. Pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sorry, just before we close, if anyone has to connect back to the speakers or want to connect to any particular college, Manjari Desai's team is there to reach out, and any one of us can email it to her team, her office, and she will reach out to the correct institute for further discussions. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We conclude.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.